Gentlemen, thank you for coming and giving me this opportunity this morning. I appreciate being with all of you. As always, here at El Paso Country Club, it's a special place in all our hearts. We've been doing this a long time. We appreciate you coming down on the advent of the Michelada Open and then going and participating in the Club Car Pro Official. It's going to be an exciting week, and as a kickoff to this week, we wanted to have this little meeting and want to do a little presentation to go over and introduce you to some of the things you probably already know in our industry, but introduce you to some of the things that Club Car is doing in the advent of technology and connectivity and some new product offerings that we're bringing to light to help you in your pursuit of growing your revenues, growing your margins, and growing the game of golf and getting us back where we need to be in our industry. So if you just give me a few minutes here, I'd like to run through some things with you. As I said, some of this may be prevalent. You may already realize some of these things, but I would like to start out talking about three numbers. We have three numbers. And these three numbers reflect, this first number, 16, represents 16% of golf rounds participation that we are down from 2003. This next number represents, based on this 16%, represents 55 million rounds lost since 2003. The National Golf Foundation did a survey and did this study and put everything together, and they used these numbers, and basically they came to this last number. This last number is really devastating. Based on the 16% decline, based on the 55 million rounds lost, they project in the next 5 years that 500 to 1,000 facilities will be closed. As industry leaders at Club Car, this number is astonishing to us. And so we have developed strategies and methods and our future around this to try to improve these statistics. As it pertains to your section in New Mexico, West Texas, Sun Country, you can triangulate this down. We're a very small section, as we know. But this number right here reflects somewhere between 3 and 8 facilities just in our section alone. And that is a very astonishing and devastating number as it pertains just to us. So I would like to start back at where we started and how we got to some of this. Back in the day, El Paso Country Club was built and other fine facilities were built. Golf was coming around. Things were good. Great golf club, old school country club, great facilities, great services. Things were good. The golf industry was going. Then all of a sudden, what happened? The golf industry took off. And we saw golf courses sprouting up everywhere. Golf grew at an astonishing rate, unfortunately, astonishing, but not the participation rate. It did not grow in the same measurement as the courses that were being built. So what we had was more golf courses being built, touting we're the championship golf course. We're the thing. You should come play our facility. We're 7,600 yards. We're great. And what had happened was these folks had to figure out, what are we going to do? What we're offering, it's getting diluted. And there's only so much participation out there that we can capture. So what happened was, these folks here decided, well, you know what? We'll go out, we'll put new grass on greens, we'll rebuild the surrounds, we'll put in some bunkers, we'll do this, we'll put in a water feature. Hey, come play our facility. We're changed. We're the newest, latest, greatest thing. And these guys kept telling, well, we're new. We're good. We're current technology. We're the greatest. So what did they do? Well, they started talking, you know what? We've got the cleanest, friendliest staff, the best facilities. Come play our place. And shortly thereafter, what did these guys do? We did the Me Too thing. We've got the greatest staff, best outside services. Come play our facility. Well, everybody's still in the same situation, vying for the same dollars, said, we got to do something. Money's tight, things are tough, we're not getting what we need to back through the door. Now to maintain these championship facilities, now to maintain and support the capital, to maintain these renovated facilities, we've got to do something. What are we going to do? First thing that happened, they dropped the price. Price went down. So, everybody followed suit, and all of a sudden, everybody dropped price. The interesting thing is once you drop price goes down like that. But then you can never get price back up. So now folks are playing these great golf experiences and great championship golf courses and renovated facilities for a whole lot less. You're forever trying to get back that price. And it's a long journey. Price can come down quick, but you can't get it back. So in the study that was conducted, the math proves out, if you drop price just 20%, you have to increase your rounds by 25% just to get back to status quo. Well, that's an astonishing number in itself. Pretty hard to grab 25% additional rounds playing in the same pool with all the price wars going on in golf. So what do we got to do? Well, we've got to change this. We've got to take that out. In today's time, you got youth, Grow Golf America, your junior programs, everything we're trying to do to get that youth movement through. But what we found with youth is you've got some more challenges than you had back in the day, right? Because of technology, that's vying for a piece of the youth movement. Because of all the activities and things that youth have today, there's not enough time in the day for them to do everything. As well as people today, money is extremely tight, the economy is not robust, and people are vying for the same dollars. Their time and ability to get out and play your facilities is very, very challenging. It's not as it was back in the day. So, we need to make some changes. We need to look at things. And in doing so, what I'd like you to think about for just a minute is, think of your golf course as a clock. The number one killer, I think you'd agree on, is pace of play. The number one killer to our game today, one thing that gets us now, is the time it takes to play the game with everything that's out there. That being stated, we need to find this right here and eliminate it. I think you found that through your national meetings, your section meetings, that we discuss this all the time. If we can do this, just this simply right here, we will then be able to capture additional people and grow our revenues. The National Golf Foundation study said that 37% of golfers surveyed will leave the game of golf over this one issue, pace of play. So if we accomplish this right here, we do this. But by accomplishing this right here, we also do this. By accomplishing this, we now increase capacity. And if you can increase capacity at your facilities, I think you'll agree that that will also then retain your current customer base, but also help grow your business. Because those that do not increase the pace of play are going to lose those folks. Now, as we all know in business, once we get to this point and we've grown our revenues and we get to this status where we want to be, then what do we got to do? We got to maintain it, right? We got to keep maintaining and growing, maintaining and growing. The biggest thing that we find is when we have more dollars, all of a sudden we've got more to maintain. We got more capital, we got more improvements, we got additional assets we have to protect, our consumers, our customers. And when we do that, what often happens is this. It's called leakage. We got to protect that. We can't have that leakage. And in order to protect that leakage, we have to build around that and keep that captivated so that we don't result in that leakage. So it simply comes down to three things that I've kind of presented here. It comes down to what I like to say, DOS. Pretty simple. We have to differentiate. We have to increase available capacity. And we have to stop leakage. I hope you would agree that if we accomplish these three things, we will grow the game of golf and your businesses will flourish. And that is really what I want to talk to you about today. My sales staff is here. We'd like to discuss this with the section members over the period of the Pro Official and show you the ways that Club Car is trying to help in these three categories through our innovation, our technology, our connectivity, and we just launched our new carry-all product and show you how those items all together can achieve these three things and help all of you at your facilities. So I appreciate your time today. Thanks for coming. Look forward to a great week. We're going to have a good time. And if anything we can do to help you or answer any questions, please grab one of us, get us aside, we'll have a chat, and then Eric will be following up in this section with further presentations to expand upon this theme, okay? Thank you very much, I appreciate your time.
Thanks, Scott. I went to the presentation at the PGA show, and it was really enlightening what the capabilities and just everything involved now with the system, and so I'm looking forward to hearing more about it. And looking at it this year, some decisions in our place, so appreciate you.
Good.
Scott, we're putting together a campaign between the Amber Association and the section called Play Ready Sun Country, where we're gonna try to do a video and an educational series on teaching people how to play faster. Can I snag you for a couple of minutes on camera later this week?
Yep.
And to talk about just pace of play and why we need to be mindful of it. And
Yeah, I mean, you know, we obviously in your national meetings or anything else, everybody's come up with brainstorming ideas and the catapult. So interesting enough what you said, Derek, and so this is a lead in, and Eric has a presentation that buttons up right behind this in order to introduce our, what we call our Visage package and that. But interesting enough, you think of non-traditional places thinking about it. Well, we had an hour and a half meeting yesterday here at El Paso Country Club, unplanned.
Spur of the moment.
And you'd be, I mean, I would be shocked if next year at this time or in the future if you don't see Visage GPS with Industries product on these cars at El Paso Country Club. Only because of the control aspect of the car primarily. There's other features. So you think of that stuff as yardage, well, it's not. We've expanded it so much, and so what's neat about what we've done is with partnering with GPSI, we've been able to streamline the manufacturing costs and all the costs in it. And so that system alone, by doing that, has made it so much more accessible and affordable to facilities that it's really taken off. And what it's doing is just what I'm getting to is the fact that pace of play, you know, yeah, I struggle. I can't go out for 6 hours. I can't go out and leave 5.5. But if I knew I can get around the golf course in 3.5, 4 hours and get out and play 18, or I can get around 9 in an hour and a half, go do it. But so the technology piece is huge. I do encourage you because I am partial, no doubt. Okay, we all live in. Derek's partial to Santa Ana. Okay,
Sure.
I'm partial. I want to tell you right now, that new utility vehicle we produce is badass. Get on it, drive it. You'll find out. We've left it with Phelps. We've had it. We had it up at Alto. And Alto. I don't know if you remember number 5, the par 3, goes straight downhill.
Yeah.
What was exciting about that is, go ahead, tell a story, Eric.
These guys, well, I was gonna say, they don't have a Pro-Am anymore, so half these guys in this room probably haven't played up at Alto.
yeah, nothing.
But Glenn took it up the hill, that was his concern, whether or not, how it would handle going up that hill, number 5. And the only complaint that I had from Glenn is it might be just a little too fast. What happens is when you hit that incline,